We're here today at the Presideo, one of the most beautiful spots in the Bay Area. And we're going to look at sculpture by a blue chip artist named Andrew Goldsworthy. Now, he's an English artist, and he does work that is called land art. What does land art mean? It's using the place where he's constructing his sculpture to inspire what the sculpture is. For instance, behind me, we see what is called the spire. I'll give you a better picture of that in a moment. But the spire was made from 35 trees that were cut down here. What he does is he goes to the spot, spends some time there, getting the feel of what the place is, and then looks around for the different materials that he can find. At that point, he builds his sculpture. One of the nice things about Andrew Goldsworthy's art is that it is interactive, meaning that you can come up and you can touch things. You can play with it. You can look at the burned wood over here. And that is much different than going into a museum and seeing a painting that you have to stay back from. Here, you are a part of the art. So, right now, we are at woodline. Woodline is simply what it says. It's a line of wood that runs through a path here at the Presideo. Now, the thing about an Andrew Goldsworthy sculpture is not the wood or the line, it is the experience you get while walking with the sculpture. And that is what we're going to do now.
In the late 1800s, the Army planted eucalyptus with rows of Monterey cypress interspersed. The cypress trees didn't fare too well, and they died, leaving pathways through the eucalyptus trees. Andrew Goldsworthy saw this and decided to make his sculpture here. Interacting with the sculpture, people leave offerings, respecting the environment. This is allowed because people are a part of this work, and the changes they make are a part of the process. The landscape here is beautiful, but like much of Andrew Goldsworthy's work, it is temporary. This wood will not last forever, and it will return to its natural state, linking the past, the present, and the future. Earthwall speaks of what is happening beneath the surface. Goldsworthy constructed a 6-foot half sphere made of eucalyptus branches. The sphere was then attached to a wall at the Presidio's Officers Club and then buried within a rammed earth wall. He excavated the sphere like archaeologists have done throughout the Presideo. Freefall is sort of an indoor sculpture, unlike most of Goldsworthy's work, but in this case the building is part of the sculpture. It's located in the Powder Magazine building constructed during the Civil War. The small building housed gunpowder, which is why it has 4-foot thick walls. Treefall is comprised of a tree branch suspended from the roof and covered with clay. As the clay dried, it cracked into a beautiful pattern. The sculpture speaks of the relationship between natural and constructed environments. I want to remind you to click that subscribe button. It doesn't cost a penny, and it sure does the channel a world of good.